Hello.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. This should be exciting. Okay, so let me get the rank set up. So you were Silver Mercy, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you climbed from bronze.
Yep.
So you did the
Yes.
impossible. Congratulations. That's really impressive. Okay,
Thanks.
so this will be a lot of fun because whenever I do Mercy VODs, I always like giving it maximum effort and showing off just how much like effort this hero actually requires and how much better that you can actually get at it. So first off, congratulations on climbing from bronze. You're a console player as well?
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
So like what got you in like what got you into Overwatch? Like what is like let's put it this way. What do you find engaging and fun about Mercy?
Mercy is really fun simply because I can dodge people that are flanking me. Because um, I used to play a lot of Zen,
Uh-huh.
and I always died. And then when I switched to Mercy, I could dodge them really easy. So I love playing her and just staying alive.
Yeah, she's really good at that. That is one of her strengths. So like whenever I look at Mercy, her two biggest, like easiest to understand, or three is she's got one is it's just very accessible healing. You don't have to hit any shots. You just hold the button. The second one
Right.
is the mobility, like you said, right? The ability to avoid threat. And the third one is the one that you're doing right now. And what are you doing right now?
Damage boosting.
Right. Let me actually. I need to actually. I'm an idiot. I need to be sharing my screen. My bad. Hang on. So this will be easy, so you don't have to worry about stream delay. Okay.
Okay,
So let me know when you're in.
I'm in.
Okay, so yeah, you're damage boosting. So I always look at Mercy as a pocket hero, but the key thing that I always try and make sure that Mercy's understand is when I mean pocket, I don't necessarily mean just one player. Everybody gets the idea that you pocket only who needs it, but I think of Mercy as like the in combat medic. You know, this person is got their their leg blown off. They need the bleeding to be stopped, and they need a heavy anesthetic. Right? That was a little morbid, but and this sorry, and this person over here is like, okay, they're in combat right now. They're feeling really ill. They're feeling really sick or whatever. They need like some morphine or something like. And so once the person is put in a position to where they're okay and they're stabilized, right? And there's somebody else who's in desperate need of a pocket or healing, you kind of have to help who needs the most help, right? And in any given situation. Obviously, you want to damage boost this person early on because they do a lot of damage at range. But let's say that your Junkrat's like in the thick of things and you can pocket him without exposing yourself. Do that. Like if your Ashe is all the way back here, the enemy team is here, and your Junkrat's in there, your Junkrat's a better pocket, right? Heck, your D.Va, if she's all the way in here, it might even be a better pocket than Ashe. So a lot of you have to kind of look at like who's actually engaged in combat in the enemy team or on your team, and kind of use that as information to whether you could damage boost or whether you can heal them. So we're going to be focusing on, are we helping the right people, and obviously are we staying alive, because that's the big thing with Mercy.
Okay.
Is the volume okay for you?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Healing stream engaged. Damage increase.
Good. And then like right now, so like instantly, what should you be doing right now? As soon as he's close to full HP.
Switching to damage boost D.Va.
Exactly. Damage boost on D.Va. Why D.Va?
Because she's in, like you said, she's in the thick of things.
Yeah, brilliant. Exactly. She's in the thick of things. Look at your Ashe. What the heck is she gonna do with damage boost? Now as soon as they walk through the choke, absolutely go right to Ashe. But yeah, brilliant. Exactly. D.Va. Hey, whoa! Did I see a little bit of damage boost on the D.Va there? There you go.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. And then now that they've actually walked through the choke, we're back on the Ashe. Very well done. And again here, do you see how like you're like, oh shoot, I have to heal? Like you damage boost as much as you can, but if the person needs healing, you go to heal, right?
Okay.
I'm taking care of you.
Damage boost, brilliant.
Performance levels.
I swear the level of Overwatch has just like climbed over the years. There's no way a silver console player a couple years ago would be damage boosting their Ashe. Like that doesn't happen. And now look at you. This is insane.
Where does it hurt?
So what can you be doing while you're doing this? What is wrong with the screen? Let me actually fix, because it's beeping is gonna be really annoying. Okay, here we go. What's wrong with your screen right now? There's two things that are wrong with your screen.
I'm guessing because I can't see the rest of my team.
What's the other thing wrong with your screen? What are you doing right now? That's the question I should be asking.
Oh, healing.
You're healing, right? So this person doesn't need healing, so they need to be damage boosting, right? Now, how is that with console controls? Is that easy, hard, a little tricky? Because I know some things are tricky with console.
It sometimes is janky. Like if I don't look directly at them and I switch, it disconnects.
Oh no, that's awful. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
How have the reviews
Hey,
been?
thank you for the sub, Medical Miss. Appreciate that. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, try and obviously that's the optimal thing. But what was the first thing you said, and why is that important? Because I think that was really, really good.
I can't see the rest of my team, so I don't know if like they're low or not.
Exactly. And it's not just about helping your team, is it? What else does looking at your team, or like what else does looking, let's just say, this way in terms of provide? What can you see here?
The enemy?
Yeah, you can see the enemy team. Now, I don't want you walking out in front and being like, "Hey, where are y'all at?" You know, and get shot in the head. That's no good. But you can like, what if this monkey's flanking on you? You know, what if they're running a tracer and there's a tracer coming up behind you? You don't always want. You need to be kind of keeping your head on a swivel. And again, I know that's tougher on console than it is with PC. And anytime you can, be kind of getting a general idea of your surroundings, just a little bit. Every now and then, like every couple of seconds, kind of like, "Okay, where's the enemy team? Okay, we're good, right?" And that's a really good habit to get into here.
Okay.
Uh-oh,
There
broke off
it is.
there. Yeah, it's okay. It happens. See, yeah, this is just so good. Like, okay, so I can't just compliment you though. We have to talk about like why this is good, and then I want you to replicate this more. So why is this good?
Well, what I was thinking was that the Junkrat is gonna go behind them, so I wanted to damage boost him while he did that.
Why? Because he's doing something, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like gonna be able to.
And is this a very conservative, safe play from your Junkrat?
No.
No, so he deserves support. As long as you can pocket him without risking your life. Now, let's say that you had a tracer on their backline over here. Now, if your tracer was here, would this be very aggressive from your tracer?
Yes.
Yes, but why would you not pocket your tracer here?
Because I can't get away like she can.
Exactly. So let's see what happens. Okay. And do you see what you're doing right now? What are you doing?
Keep an eye on my team.
Yes, do that more. That was good.
Okay.
Good. Ooh. Nice. Ooh. Good. And then, I'm telling you, this is pretty clean. Chat, back me up. This is pretty clean. This is pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they agree with me. If they don't, they're gonna get banned. So obviously they're gonna agree with me. Okay. And yeah, and see, you can see like what you're about to transition to is the right thing here. Because what's the problem now with what you're doing?
I'm about to Guardian Angel to someone else.
Right. Why is what you're doing? Why is the pocket on this hero worthless?
Because she can't see anyone.
Yeah, she can't see Jack. Like, this is worthless. So absolutely, okay. You're about to go transition over to the next target. Now, I do notice something sometimes. This is the third time, I think, at least the second time since I've seen it, is you do swap to heal before you Guardian Angel away. Is that something to do with console controls, or is that a bad habit?
I think it's a bad habit.
Okay,
honestly.
something to kind of keep an eye on. So if do you have anything to write down or type up?
Yep.
Okay, I would make note of that right now, and then because I don't want to forget that.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, sick. So just kind of keep an eye on that, because it's a tiny little thing, but I don't want to build a bad habit with it.
Okay.
But yeah, you could tell that you're getting a little anxious. You're like, I gotta trust your instincts here. You don't want to be on top of your team, right? This is no man's land, but you could definitely be flying here. And by the way, who do you think would you pocket here? Let me get rid of this overlay. Who would you pocket? Let's say if you had an option to damage boost one of these targets in this position, who would you damage boost?
D.Va.
Why?
Because she can do more damage.
Okay, sure. Well, do you know what D.Va's range is?
No.
Have you gone into a practice range and toyed with it?
No.
I would try that really quick. And I would do that with every hero. Just like not even like 30 seconds. Just pick the hero, shoot at a couple of trading bots, get an idea, and then move on to the next hero. Because that's very important. Because in this situation, damage boosting D.Va, well, obviously you would heal her up first. But like, let's say she's like 550 HP, you're going to damage boost her a little bit. It's actually going to do surprisingly little damage. Because D.Va actually functions more like a shotgun hero in her damage spread. So she does very little damage. And even on a hero like Lucio, she's not going to be doing much damage at all.
Okay.
Sigma, however, is more strong at the medium ranges. So considering where the enemy team is, I would probably prioritize damage boosting Sigma over D.Va in this circumstance.
Okay.
And so that's just, you just kind of look at the battlefield. Like, you know, your Lucio, obviously he's not very good with range. D.Va's, as we just figured out, is not very good with range, but Sigma is. So that's your damage boost priority. But if the enemy team is close, then she's a little more attractive, right?
Okay.
So I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you right now, but we'll sum it up a little bit at the end. Okay. Okay. Keeping our distance. I really like that. Nice. Unfortunate. So before we like move on here, how do you use Valk?
I use Velk to escape ultimates that I can escape, and usually to save a teammate.
Sure, absolutely. Valk is one of those ultimates that you can use to save an individual teammate. But if the enemy team is using like a really powerful ultimate that's going to kill a bunch of your teammates, it's not going to save anybody. They're all going to die anyway. So what I like to do is like, as if the fight is winnable, or is like we're in the middle of a team fight. Like let's say you had Valk right now. Now would be a perfect time to Valk because you can beam basically anybody. And it's the AoE beam. So you're helping everybody, damage boosting everybody, healing everybody. It's not going to counter a big enemy ultimate, but it helps your, it's like a little boost to every single person on your team. And that's a big deal. So I think Valk is okay here. You're only down one. It's potentially winnable. And it's just unfortunate that you're a little late with it. And this is still winnable. Maybe you get the res here. Maybe you guys win a 5v6. Who knows? I could tell you were hesitant there. Why were you hesitant?
I thought the Lucio was gonna boot me.
Are you sure you're silver?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. But yeah, in the meantime, what you can do with Valk is because it is such a strong individual heal, instead of standing there and waiting for the res to be available, you can sit, damage boost your Ashe, damage boost your Junk, and just keep an eye on it. Watch it. It's open, zoom, right? Instead, we pop our Valk, right? And we just kind of like, just kind of waiting around, we're like waiting on the bus to arrive, okay, we're gonna leave here. Meanwhile, our Junkrat's like half HP, 1 HP. We're not getting any damage boost. So yeah, like if you see an opportunity to res, go for it. But if you're waiting on one, just wait. Don't be doing something while you wait.
Okay.
Oh, no. That's happened to me before. You're trying to, I know what you're doing. You're trying to avoid the boop, right? You're trying to get as far away, and ironically you pull apart the rest. That sucks. Unlucky, go next. Honestly, at this point, what could you do? I'm overwhelming you with information, but I don't care. This is too much fun. What did you do at this? Is this fight winnable any longer?
I don't think so.
No. So what did you do?
Yeah. Leave.
Or if you want to live in legend,
try to kill people.
Oh yeah, whip out the pistol. It's a lost fight. Make them pay. Exactly. But yeah, probably getting out would be technically the best play, but we don't care about that. This is an educational channel, so obviously we're gonna tell you to do the wrong thing. But yeah, unironically, whipping out the pistol there would not be a bad thing to do. Because maybe you mess up their spawns. Like, who knows? You never know. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? This has been a barrage of information.
Well, what do you... so I think you said the last thing I could have done was pop Valk earlier. And though I guess that would have been my question, like what I could have done to help that team fight go the other way.
Sure. So let's look back at it. So to be very clear, the window to pop Valk was like airtight. Like it was like you popped it almost instantly as it was, right? But I think the idea is that I don't want you waiting for you to start losing a fight for you to start popping Valk.
Okay.
Because the benefit of Valk is that you do slightly more healing. Your beam length is twice as long, so you can help people all over the map without even trying. Obviously, the beam is... do you know what AoE stands for? Area of effect?
Yeah, like people near me?
Right, exactly. So it chains to... It can pocket multiple people if they're near the person you're targeting. You also move faster. So there's a lot of little things. So basically think about it this way. Valk, you can't res like 75 million people, right? So you're not going to turn an already lost fight, but you can prevent it from ever even getting bad in the first place.
Right.
So if you have the Valkyrie and you have it, and there is a fight going on, right? Like the fight is actually started, the enemy team is attacking or your team is attacking, just use Valk. Just use it.
Okay.
And you can use it for res, for damage boost, for healing multiple people, for damage boosting multiple people, or for whipping out the pistol and killing the enemy Widowmaker. I just want you to be actually using it like as soon as you see a fight happening, because what that'll do is that'll prevent it from ever getting out of hand. And if it does get out of hand, you'll be like, okay, unlucky. I've made it a lot harder for the enemy team. But this right now,
Never die.
already, Valk isn't probably a good enough ultimate to turn the fight right now. Because you'll res a Sigma, but it's still a 5v6. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how you want to look at it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. Messy. See, this is where damage boost on D.Va is actually really good, right? Because what is your D.Va doing right now?
She's like boosting onto Sigma.
Oh yeah, and not only that, but she's boosting on a tank, who she actually does a surprising amount of damage to. Yeah, she does a surprising amount of damage on. Oh boy, unlucky. Good. Nice safe res. And then again, this is a situation where you just have to read the battlefield as quickly as you can and find somebody to pocket. Probably wouldn't bother healing Bob unless you literally have nothing else to do. But damage boosting somebody, he's got like 1200 HP, so like if he's gonna die through your heal beam, he's probably gonna die anyway. So you know, like, okay, careful. Brilliant job. This is great. This is stressful, man. I'm aging prematurely over here. Oh my gosh. So this is where I think positioning becomes really important. And there's one little positional tip I can give you here. Because you know, like you've sat in enough of my stream, last couple anyway, about knowing cover and things like that, right? Avoiding damage. But there's something else that you can do as well. If you can get cover, and you can also get high ground. So I want you to think about high ground as an additional layer of cover, because enemies also, if you can hide from high ground, you can also duck under, like they can have to see through the floor, right? But also just gives you a better vantage point or better vision on the actual battlefield here. Because right now, this feels. Do you feel stressed watching this?
Yes.
Like, this feels stressful. Right? There's just chaos. There's stuff going on all around you. So what you need to do is you need to get to a safe vantage point to where you can go, oh, my Lucio is close. I'll pocket him, pocket D.Va. Oh, Ashe is over here, you know, over here. Do you see how much like more comfortable it would be to be here?
Right. Yes.
So what I would do is obviously there are techs like super jump and things like that can get you to high ground.
Yeah.
And that's something maybe you can practice. But for right now, if nothing else, this would just be, I need to look for somebody who's already on high ground. And to be honest, you don't even need to do a super jump here, right? You see that?
Yep.
Your Guardian Angel, you cancel your Guardian Angel, you sit right here. You sit pretty. And now you're safer. You have a better vision on who you need to pocket. And, you know, you don't get PTSD from nearly avoiding far rockets. Holy cow. Great pocket. But you kind of see like how all the crap is thrown right in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Avoidable. This is just about surviving. Unlucky, go next. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions right now from what we just went over?
Nope.
Okay. So we're gonna watch a little more, and then we're gonna take a pause and talk a little bit. Like obviously we'll get a priority list, so there's not a million things to think about, and then we'll talk more about those in detail. Bastion, oh boy.
Let's get you back out there.
What's your mistake here?
Oh, pocketing Bastion. He's too far away.
It's too far away. Now Bastion's a phenomenal damage boost target if he can see something. But he can't. So this is where I go over the Mercy players have to hustle, because you have to be able to make calls like this constantly. Like I'm literally talking, you're probably making a dozen of these micro decisions every single team fight. It's a lot to ask, but I don't care. You have to do it. And I think in this situation here, knowing what you know about these heroes, I mean, you might not know a lot about them, but who do you think would probably be a good damage boost target?
Soldier.
Yeah, Soldier. Sure, Soldier would be great. Absolutely. Now, maybe a little bit more attractive for Bastion, right? Right there. You see, what do you see?
He's right. He can see people now.
Yeah, he can see people now, exactly. So now you swap your damage boost to him. Instead, we're healing basically an already full HP Orisa. So obviously there's work to do. There you go. Okay, now you go to, you know, your Sigma or your Orisa. There you go, there you go, there you go. Now who do you swap to though?
Bastion again.
Yeah, and do you notice something again? Do you notice how you swap the heals the last second again before you swap?
Yep. Yeah.
So it's actually not the Guardian Angel. It's just whenever you change beam targets, you have the habit of swapping heal and then damage boosting. So that we want to work on that. I really like your positioning, your cover. Like, you don't really know it right now, but there's somebody watching you.
Oh.
That probably startled you, like, what? You know, but no. But like this Beth is like, I need to kill the Mercy, right? And this is why, you know, this is why positioning matters. You know, it's like you never really know. You know, it could be a Tracer or it could be a lost Batiste. But either way, well done. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. We have to do this. We just have to. Oh gosh, I love it, man. We have to do it one more time. We just have to. That's just delightful, man. I love Overwatch so much. Okay, let's see what we got. Holy crap! Oh. Good beam, good movement. You're like, yeah, I love that. That's actually really funny. Like, huh? Like, is there somebody up there? Like, this is like a comedy sketch. Okay, the heal here is fine. And and this is where things get really complicated. Sometimes it's actually better to damage boost than it is to heal. But I think in this instance, like, you've got tanks that are like almost half HP. So yeah, definitely want to heal them. Ooh.
Yeah,
nice.
I didn't like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but we played that one fairly well. Now, I want to say something that I say a lot about Mercy play, and that you kind of have, there's a lot of times as Mercy where you're going to be like, man, there's nothing I could have done. Like, I was doing the right thing. You're going to look back at this, and you're going to find, oh, well, I could have damage boosted for half a second longer there, or I could have healed him or just a little faster, or I was damage boosting my Orisa, but I should have been damage boosting my Soldier those 2 seconds, or, oh, my positioning was a little worse. And what Mercy is she's like a brick building. You build the building brick by brick by brick by literally dozens and dozens of little decisions and little micro plays over the course of a team fight. And if you make numerous little bad decisions, bad damage boost, you were healing for too long, you prioritized the wrong target, you were mispositioned just a little bit, you create a lot less pressure on the enemy team, and you will lose a team fight. Now, are there going to be team fights that are going to be lost no matter, even if you literally played perfectly? Yes, of course. That's just Overwatch. But whenever you feel like, oh, there's nothing I could have done, if you really investigate and look at the details, you'll find out that there's a lot of little boosts and helps here, and I could have made this better, that would have made the team fight feel a lot easier. And I think that's the mindset that you want to be in, because it's not just about, you know, it's not only is it the truth, it also makes it a lot easier because you're not tilted because, oh, your team sucks for the, you know, the 6th game in a row. Like, there has to be some level of personal responsibility no matter what hero you play. Okay, good. Good. Swap damage boost. Nice. Okay, I'm sorry. What? Not again. I honestly, the thing is, I honestly think he's actually trying. Like, he really is trying. It's just not working out so well. Like, poor guy. He's doing the best he can. Oh my gosh. And again here, Soldier's the best damage to his priority target. Why?
He can shoot the farthest.
Yeah, he can do the most damage, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So you always go like, okay, who can do damage at the range, and then who does the most damage at that range? That's kind of the priority list. Yeah. Because Junkrat does a lot of damage, but you wouldn't really want to... I mean, damage to Junk, but if they're all a million miles away, Junkrat can't do any damage, right? So you kind of have to look at that. All right. So knowing what you know now about Valkyrie, what would you do right now?
I would Valk when my team's ready to push in.
Okay.
Maybe?
Yeah, I would Valk right now.
Okay.
Because you're not really running a team composition that you're going to be able to... Everybody run in there. Bastion, run in there, right?
Right.
But you can stand at choke. And now, how many people will you be damage boosting?
3.
3, right? And healing 3. So what's going to happen is this choke is going to become a complete kills, like, war zone for the enemy team. And they're going to be like, whoa, wow, those guys are doing a lot of damage. We're going to back off. And when they back off, you guys get out of the choke. And when you guys get out of the choke, maybe you actually win the map, right? Mm-hmm. So your Valk might not directly kill anybody, but it will get you through a choke that will then allow your team to get the space so that you can kill people, right?
Yeah.
So don't overthink it and wait for this perfect opportunity. If you see there's actual fights going on, Valk right now. Because without Valk, your team might be stuck in the choke for a long time. Heck, you could Valk this, right?
Yeah.
So it does feel as if you're waiting for something really bad to happen before you Valk.
Yeah. Yep. I think I did that a lot.
Sure. I mean, it's literally like medicine. Like you're playing the medic, right? Prevention is a lot better than prevention is better than curing something. So if you can prevent or just assist your team before it gets really bad, then you might not even need to res at all. Your Bastion just rolling through. That's great. And you see, by the time you actually use, this might not have even been 100% necessary. That being said, that was delightful. Good. There you go. Now go find somebody to help. Good. Nice job. And that ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Yeah, chat is hard carrying my mental state right now. Because we streamed for too long yesterday. Okay. A little too much healing. You see that? Remember those micro decisions that we talked about? Not a big deal. Probably won't lose you a team fight. Probably. But the thing is that there's literally dozens and dozens of these. And if you're making this mistake 50% of the time, that's 50% of your value down the toilet. Right?
Yeah,
and
this...
So who should you be pocketing right
now? Well, I'm seeing the soldier and the Bastion over there, but I didn't know they were over there at the time, to be honest.
Now, why didn't you know they were over there?
Because I think I was focusing on one person too much.
Sure. That sounds like a good idea to me, right? Sounds like a good, not a good idea, but sounds like you have your head on straight. Like so being more aware of this. Now, to be clear, this is pretty crazy. But you know what? Like I would probably unironically boost this over my Orisa here. Like even though, we might die, but hey, you know what? We might win. If they're committing to doing something crazy, help them out.
Yeah.
Right? Help them out. See what happens, because you're not going to do much here. And it might just take something crazy to win a fight like this as well, to break through this choke. Do you mind if I break off of your POV for a second?
No, it's fine.
We just have to see. Wait, what happens to your soldier? Unfortunate. Okay, now we focus on the real review. Sorry, chat. That was a side commercial. Okay. I appreciate the little bit of beam usage we got going on here. Nice, nice, nice. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's okay. Unfortunate. I mean, this is your first. This is your actual account, right? The 3-star.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so you haven't played squat, so you're fine. We're gonna make map mistakes like that all the time. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so you just kind of lose your wrist a little bit. And to be fair, things got pretty chaotic in that battlefield, so understandable. Do you speak German?
No.
I don't either. I'm pretty sure she just said something like, "My teammates are idiots." Jeff Kaplan, why did you leave us? That's something like that. Okay. 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 I like it. We were prioritizing the right person. Nice. Damage boost. Nice. Off to a good start. Good. Swap back around. Oh, this is rough. Oh. Oh no! What is he doing? He's doing the flank.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a quiz. Very, very, very easy quiz. At least it should be. Should you Valk this?
Yes.
Okay. Why would you Valk
No.
this?
No.
No. Why? Why not?
I just noticed that Lucia and Bastion are dead.
Yeah, you're down 1. Now, if you're down 2, excuse me. If you're down 1 and you can maybe res that really quickly, sure, absolutely. Because you got a res with Valk, you can go for it. But obviously, you're down 2.
Yeah.
And so this fight's probably lost anyway.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right. So you're gonna Valk it here because again, what are you looking for? What is old? What does the old Silver Mercy player look for Valk?
Reses.
Right. Reses. This fight is lost, but I'm going to carry the battlefield. We're all dead. I'm going to somehow revive all of us and save her. No, it's already lost. Yeah. Right. Now, to be fair, you just got it. Right. But instead, it should be next fight. I'm going to win next fight with Valk. Right. Because res here isn't going to change anything. Even if you mess up the res, unlucky, it's not going to change anything. You're still not going to win this fight. Even if you got the res, because it's still a 4v6, and they have better spawns. Okay, so this is just a lost fight. Uh-oh. Whoa. Was that a little bit of like a direct encouragement? Like, listen, son, if you don't press W, this is what's going to happen to you. Okay. Oh, gosh. Remind me to never be in
I was trying to let them notice I was stuck right there.
Good try. I appreciate the damage boost and the flux. Still a little bit too much healing here. If you turn to your right, you'd see something very important.
Let's get you back out there.
Oh, never mind, he fell. But yeah. Uh-oh. Unfortunate. It's a tough point to break. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to give you one thing that I want you to work on. Can you guess what it is?
Actually, no, because you gave me a lot.
I did. Okay. Hint. Don't try and turn a lost fight.
Oh, Valkyrie.
Yeah. Because I think that's a big return on investment. That's not a very hard thing to fix, and I think it has a big payoff, right? So just use Valk as like a tempo ult. In other words, fight starts, I Valk, right? Even if we're not even like active, like we're through a choke or we're stuck in a choke, help him get out of the choke with Valk, right? Now, the second thing could be something that you work on at the same time, or probably what I would recommend instead is, train your Valk for a week or so, practice that, have some fun with that, and then do your second thing a week from now. Now, that could be pocket priority. It could be, like, in other words, remember the habit of like damage boosting, healing the right target, and making sure we're not over healing, right?
Yes.
That could be keeping your head on a swivel. In other words, checking, like not staring at walls, kind of getting a good idea of like where your team and where the enemy team is. I think those two would be my priority, but I want you to pick which one you think would be more entertaining, more fun, or more impactful. What do you think?
I think the one where I swap to heal,
Sure.
Especially before changing targets, since I just see that I do that a lot and I don't want to.
Sure. Sounds like a good idea. So that's a very little micro thing, but that's something that you do a lot. So that's going to take that's going to take some effort to fix, right? So what I would probably prefer you to do is not to do that and your Valk. Let's just train either that or your Valk for right now, one or the other, and then swap back and forth, on a week-to-week basis, and just until you basically what you'll do is you'll build the habit of Valk, and you'll build the habit with that micro, the mechanical thing, and you'll stop even thinking about it. You'll just do it.
Okay.
You'll just do it right without even thinking most of the time, and that's what we're aiming for. And then when we get that, and you keep playing, you keep having fun, you know, maybe you'll be a little better. You'll be a little higher rank. But the goal, don't worry about the rank. Like, focus on getting better first, and the rank will happen. Do you have any other questions?
I do actually.
Okay,
and
please.
this is a question I've been asking a lot of people. So, like for games like this, and I noticed that it's not working out in our favor. Would you suggest I stay as Mercy or try to switch to a different support?
This is kind of like, this is just what is the term? Is it like sleep hygiene? About having like a good sleep schedule, right? And like taking care of yourself. Right. I treat it as like training hygiene, okay? And to me, training hygiene is finding a couple of heroes that you want to get better at and sticking to those heroes, and then only swapping if there's a very specific reason for you to pick the other hero. In other words, you play Lucio and Mercy, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a great hero pool. You can play, that's totally fine. When would you pick Mercy and when would you pick Lucio? Do you have any like logic, or is it just kind of like, oh, just kind of see how I feel?
Yeah, I do. If I have DPS that are like hit scan,
Sure.
or if I have a Pharah, I'll pick Mercy. And for Lucio, I mainly pick Lucio if we have a Reinhardt and no one else does.
Okay, so that right there is excellent logic. So I want you to look at the situation right now, and you're thinking, okay, this isn't working very well. Okay, let's just say that you don't have a Lucio, okay? Let's say you had the option to swap to Lucio. Is there anything that Lucio that you as a Lucio player right now, is there anything that you would be, oh, I can just do this and we're going to win as a Lucio player and with your comp? Are you running a Reinhardt?
No.
No. So is there any real reason for you to swap Lucio here?
No.
No. So to me, it's like, unless you have a very specific, easy to understand reason to swap, then don't swap. Yeah, you might lose the game, but you'll get good Mercy practice, right?
Right.
And then if you have a reason of like, okay, my main tank just went right, and I will like Lucio on this map, go for it. But you need to have an actual reason for it, because remember, this game is a write-off. You just lost, GG, go next. But it is not a waste of time. It is excellent training for your Valk, for your little micro details, and that's all you're really looking for, right? That's what you want to practice. So the reason why you would swap off of Mercy, if you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to get as much good practice, because it would be easier to play Lucio here. And that's when you want to swap. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you already have a great line of logic. So stick with that. Just stick with that. Lower rank players, and no offense, but people that aren't very good at giving advice will probably tell you to swap way more than you should. It's much better to just play have a level line of logic, play the game, and just get better. That's all you need to worry about.
Okay, work with that.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for jumping on and chatting with me.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Appreciate all
that.
that.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.